Everybody, Leonel Ceballos, Realty Executives. Today I'm going to be teaching you about the MLS, the new tools in the MLS, the new versions of the MLS, and hopefully you guys are using it. Hopefully you guys have a lot of questions, and there will be a lot of accounts that you need to set up. On the top of my head, list reports. Who's using list reports? Raise your hands. There's 2 people, and those are the only 2 people that have been in my class 9 to 10 in the last 2 weeks. Is that the only reason they know it? And here's what's funny about that. They found out about those reports because other agents and other loan officers were sending them this report.
Oh,
that's the only reason why they know.
You mean the auto emails that you send to clients? Because that's what I use for my
So
clients.
list reports is something is a new tool that came about 2-3 months ago, and it has totally, the way I look at it, is going to revolutionize how we use the MLS because it's a lead generation tool. The cool thing about it, if you're not excited about this, then something's wrong with you. It's $150 a month, but for us as MLS users, it's free. The loan officers that choose to use this tool, they have to pay that $150 a month. But it's a tool, and by the way, it's not in every MLS, but in our MLS, they have included that tool as free. So that's one of the first things I'm going to teach you. Basically, you're going to go to list reports. I'm not going to go through that. That is a class in itself. You're going to go to list reports, and the way you do it is through your MLS.
Yeah, where else?
Who's ever gone to the click for more options in there? And this is all the tools. If you guys ever need to enter any MLS out of area, like San Diego, Central, all the other MLSs in different areas, these are the links.
What did you click on? Links?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back.
Okay, links, I got it.
Click on more options.
And more options.
And it's gonna land you to that. So this should be like if you have somebody, I mean Yuma MLS, I've never looked in that, but I've had people that I've referred to in Yuma. So that's one of the things. Okay, so I'm gonna talk, since I already started talking about list reports, I'm gonna cover that right now. Alright, what is list reports? List reports is literally a marketing tool. Fanny, there's a chair here. And put one in there. Okay, so you guys know, so that Duke has a listing where, Martin? Where's the $2 million listing that he has?
That one is in Walboro.
It's in Walboro and it's in Venice, right? So I wanted to build some marketing for that particular listing. So I was able to activate it in the MLS. I sent an order to the MLS, and they were able to load this for me. Now when I load this in there, because I have my profile, they're able to automatically build a website for this particular property. Now I can literally market this property anywhere I want. Okay? So about the house, I can click in there and it will give me a quick report about the house. Explore the area. It's a complete report on the area. Everything you want to, in every single one of these reports, if you look at it, the link changes. So if you want to send somebody a particular report on that area, let's say you're doing an open house. And this is why I want you guys to focus on today. Just that. If you're doing an open house, how are you going to multiply your exposure on a house? Okay? So if you're doing an open house this weekend, I expect you to load the MLS of that particular listing is in here, even though it's not your listing. I would like it ideally that it has really cool pictures. And then once you load it, then you advertise this MLS or this listings, this neighborhood, this information in your Facebook. And I'm going to teach you how. Okay, so we're going to close this. And so let's say is who's ever being late to open house to print flyers and get them ready and all stuff like that. I'm the only one. Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Okay. I'm always on time.
I'm always on time.
So
Yeah, I'm
I found the
Mexican.
solution. I found the solution. I load the MLS in here, and when I'm ready, I simply click on that, and the flyer is created for me. Now I can go ahead and print the property. This is a participating lender in the program, somebody I know. Now, this is the information of the front of the house. That's the information about the property, both of our information in there. In the back of the flyer, there's going to be information about the neighborhood. By the way, this is how Will came out. He came to me one time, he said, hey, what is this program? I have been using this program for about 2 months now. Okay, so this is one of the things that you can create. And obviously you can post this. I took a listing and I was able to load this, and I downloaded this on my phone. My client is in Florida. I was able to send her all this information and say, your property is now on the market. But I was able to send her information, marketing information that she was going to see and share with her family and friends or people she may know that would want to buy this property. Okay? The other part of this is that if you notice, in here you can click on that button and it downloads all the information on a single file in your hard drive for you to manipulate anywhere you want. You don't have to do that, but I tested it. It's really cool. From there, it downloads everything in a PDF file. Okay, obviously from here you can share it. You can share it, send to yourself in an email, or just copy the link and send it to somebody. Directly, you can post to Facebook and Twitter. Okay? This other tool in here that I want to recommend to you guys is the green flyer. The green flyer is a marketing piece in different versions that you can send for people to just text you, and you can capture their information. We actually role-played that last week with Efren, and I was able to gather all his information, return, basically capture or his number and his emails and everything that he put in there. Okay? It gives you different versions in there, different colors, different designs. So you choose which one you want to be, for each property. So again, if you're doing an open house, copy this particular picture and post it in your social media and say, I'm helping an open house, want to see the home, text me your information. When they text you the information on the property drops on their phone, but you capture their information. That's why I'm telling you that this program is really, really, really going to do a lot of things. Let's say if you obviously you have a just listed flyer, just sold flyer. So when you input the property in the MLS, everything is created. So let me go back to my dashboard and input this listing. So this is the listing I got, and all the marketing is already ready. Okay, all the marketing is already ready. So whatever I want to do with this property,
Does your listing?
yeah,
So you download it and now you have all the marketing.
I'm ready.
You got open house flyers, you have website.
Flyer without price, property report, infographic, just listed flyer. So let's say I want to go and pass out a just listed flyer, which I'm going to do. I click on the button, send it to somebody who printed or print it myself, and ready to go. Most importantly, all of this, notice that there's levels of the membership. So a lot of people pay only a certain amount and they don't have access to all these other tools. We as members of our MLS have access to all of them. So don't overlook that, because a lot of people's paying a lot of money for this tool and we have it for free. I really, really encourage you to use it. Okay? So that's that. I want to time myself in how many tools I can, let's say, tell you guys. The other tool I have. So to go in there, it's in here. It's in the MLS on list reports. It's in one of these sections in here. But you can.
It won't let me click on it. Me manda otro.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about that. If you are in the MLS for the first time and you're trying to access list reports and you haven't created the account, it's going to reroute you into the list report portal for you to establish an account and set up your profile.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's where I was telling you, you need to write down your accounts and set up your passwords and all that. So the first time, actually, the same thing with any of the programs that I'm going to talk to you over here in the side. The MLS, since they have an agreement for this particular companies, they give you a direct access, but it routes you into their particular portal. So for you to open your account. Okay? So the same process is with RPR, which we're going to talk next. And so you're going to go, basically it's going to route you, you're going to set up your account, put on your information, so that the tools that are embedded in that program can actually have your information on there. Any questions about this report so far? Who's going to use it? Okay, I really, really, really hope that you guys all use it. Okay, Ara, if you are not getting direct access,
No.
it's going to route you in there, and then you need to set up the
I
account.
already have
Yeah,
an
you
account.
already did. I just
Okay,
did.
so you're activated?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, good. So set up your account, input your license number, input all your information, because what you want is basically that when you click on a flyer, that your information is in there. Your information in this. So this is the part of the information that you need to fill in. Your picture, your information, whatever you want in it.
So can we input the information from any other listing, like the cloud, that you input the MLS and you get a flyer?
Okay, so is your question, can you input the listing
Like
in
the
here?
CMA cloud, that you can use other listings
No,
information?
don't. That's a total separate program. In here, if you want to activate something, let me as well. I'm going to teach you how to input it. Anybody have an address on mine? A new property? Anybody has a new property? Basically, this is how you.
Oh, Hyatt, 1040 Hyatt.
There you go, 1040 Hyatt in
Okay.
Wilmington.
So I'm going to do.
So this is gonna pretty much to have all your marketing materials, once you set it up and you have all your marketing materials. ready.
Whoever thought of that, right? You ever thought, okay, I'm gonna have to do it, like, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. So you come to the office, you do a just listed flyer, a just sold flyer, an open house flyer, and all this flyer. This program creates everything automatically. So let's finish putting this order. Martin, what is the address? 1040?
1040
Uh-huh.
Hyatt,
H.
like the restaurant,
H.
like the hotel,
Okay, Hyatt.
and
Street.
Wilmington
Street.
Avenue.
Avenue.
You're not putting spaces over there?
Okay.
It's an apple, that's what happened with apples.
90744?
Okay, I'm putting it in the wrong section, that's why.
Oh,
It
you
has to
gotta
be on
go
top. Okay, so it's 1040,
There you go.
1040 Hyatt Avenue.
In Wilmington. Wilmington.
There you go, first one. Right there, the first one.
There you go.
Wilmington, this one, right there. Okay, so now that I'm going to submit, and it should give me a message right there. It says, congratulations, you have successfully requested this report. We'll notify you when your report's ready. So don't expect that the report is ready like in 2 minutes. It actually takes them time. It may take them up to 8 hours to actually complete all of this.
So this is like RPR pretty much?
No, nothing to do with RPR. Please think of RPR totally separately. Okay, this is strictly a marketing tool. RPR is not a marketing tool. RPR is but it's not a marketing tool. It's a resource center to make it better. Hello, come on in.
Have a sit here.
Have a seat. What's your name?
Gina de la Rosa?
Hi Gina, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Want to get her a piece of paper? Maybe she can activate her account and
I
take some
have.
notes. Okay, so now that we activated, now we just have to wait. And if you go in here in your reports,
So those are all your reports that
these are all my reports that I'm currently working with.
for your marketing material?
Yeah, so I've set up all of these properties already. So if I want, like, you recognize this property, Martin? Right there.
So-
Okay, so I did marketing materials for this property. And here's my order.
And
Here's my
can you
current
email
order.
from there? Can you email from there, from the same?
You can do everything from here. You can pause, you can email, you can download it in your phone, you can copy that link and send to 10 people or 100 people via text.
I was gonna ask you if you can
Okay,
text.
via text. You cannot literally send a report via text.
That's
Okay, so please separate RPR and list reports. It's totally, completely different program. I'm gonna cover RPR right now, but for this, so for example, if I click on that report that I just ordered right now, it tells me the only thing available is infographics. What infographics means, and when I click on it, is basically neighborhood reports, like what is close to it. How close is an ATM, gas, pharmacy,
This is pretty good.
That's cool. For
outdoors.
buyers, it's fabulous.
Okay, neighborhood restaurants, schools in your area. All of this stuff is already ready. This is the only thing that is ready the minute you order the report. Okay, everything else is gonna take, for me, it's been taking about 2 to 3 hours. But they ask you to wait at least 8 hours. So if you're gonna do an open house and you're gonna use this tool, don't think you're gonna like order it right now and it's gonna be 30 minutes ready. Order it the day before. Okay, by the way, you can also order reports in here, excuse me, for properties that are not on the market.
Oh, okay.
Okay? The reason being, if you are already, like for example, if I go back to my dashboard, you guys will notice that the property in Corona, which is this one, is also here in Corona, is set up twice. When I ordered it here, I didn't have it in the market. But I ordered in the market to have everything to get myself familiar with the neighborhood.
And you did it also, did you use it as a listing tool?
Yeah, it's totally a listing tool because let's say I'm familiar with Corona, but not this particular area. So I wanted to know what is around that area. And by basically ordering the report, by the way, it also creates a pre-listing presentation.
No.
The program creates a pre-listing presentation for you.
That's cool.
Okay? At the time, by the way, notice that I have one report with Rosalie Garcia, that's the one loan officer, and then this one is with this guy. Well, this guy at the time was one of the loan officers that is subscribed to the system, so I was able to utilize this report with him.
So, just to get it straight, so you're gonna get random loan officers because they're the ones actually paying for the service and they just partnered up with the real estate agent, that's why we get it for free, right?
If you make, we don't get it for free. We get it for free because we're part of the MLS.
Right.
It's in our dues. They have to pay for it because let's say, they're marketing to 10 or 20 real estate agents, they can co-brand their reports with other real estate agents.
But when you sign up, right now, they ask me
It's free.
which lender I wanted to add and
You don't
invite.
have to put a lender. By the way, in another class, I'll teach you a full class of this. So let's go to the next tool I'm going to teach you. Okay. So the MLS has changed dramatically. From 20 years that I've been in real estate, the MLS is totally different. So I'm not going to bring you back to 20 years back to a single page, but I'm going to tell you guys about a few tools that you should be managing every single day in your everyday life from a marketing perspective. So why do you go on the MLS?
Search for property.
Search for property, set up valuations. What else?
Check the reports I email daily to my leads.
Which tool is that?
Well, I use them auto emails through Matrix, and I check daily.
Metrics.
Yeah.
So metrics, she uses that tool. Okay. So imagine, I want you to put in your mind that the reason you go on the MLS more often is because you're going to create more leads. And essentially that's how the email has been set up right now. It's giving you enough tools for you to post your profile out there online so you have more possibilities of creating more leads. Okay? So on that, who is using RPR? One person. Okay. Why do you use RPR?
Well, it's fabulous because you have everything. You have the seller's report, you have a short version, a long version, you have flyers. The pictures are amazing. You choose how many properties you want to include in your report, and it's amazing.
Okay, so one person using RPR. I want to tell you guys, the only tool in the United States that no other consumer has, and no other professional has unless they're realtors, is RPR.
And let me tell you something, they are 24/7.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
There you go. I didn't pay her anything for that.
From
Okay?
now on.
All
From
right.
now on.
So if you are not using RPR, the great thing about RPR is all the training is online. And I'm even going to further tell you how training is embedded in every single report. Okay, so this is RPR. By the way, I'm only going to tell you, I'm only going to show you the residential site. There is a commercial side to it. Okay? If you're looking for commercial properties, you can search in here. You can do evaluations for commercial properties. It has a total commercial side to it. Okay?
So this is the RPR on the computer, not the mobile, right?
It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have access
the
on the
same
It is the
laptop.
same thing. So, great question. Thank you for bringing that up. I don't look at RPR in my phone, in my computer. I utilize RPR in my phone. Okay? Number one reason I use RPR, I'll take your question right now, is that I open RPR in whichever area I'm at, and then it gives me a snapshot of the market that I'm at. It tells me the properties that are available. Oh, I think it tells me the property that have sold in the last 30 days in the area where I'm at. It also tells me the properties that are active, the properties that are in default. So if there's properties that are have notice of default, it gives me a report of the properties that are notice of default. And I can tell you 100%, no matter where I'm at, whether it's being, LA, Beverly Hills area, North Hollywood, Downey, wherever it is, there's always properties that are that have notice of default. I'll take your question.
I have my tablet and the open house is open with RPR, so I can show clients when they ask about not only the same area, but any other neighborhood, because you can open whatever, as you said, even notice of defaults, pending, actives, or off the market.
Okay. How long does, go ahead.
No, I have a question. Does everybody knows what RPR is? No? Okay.
So,
RPR, what it is, if you're out in the field, before I used to go in Zillow to figure out how much the property is worth, but Zillow doesn't really give you the listing agent or showing information. If you go with RPR, it's like if you open up the MLS and they have the listing agent, you have showing instructions. That's the difference.
so
That's
I'm
just for
gonna
the
go into
people
that,
that-
Martin.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna go into that. So on that, you have the ability to put it in 3 devices. You can put it in your cell phone, you can put it in your computer, and you can put it in your iPad, per se. Okay? So three places where you can have it. I think if you want to have it in more, I think you have to call them. They have to give you special access for that. Okay, so this is the reason in the property that I run reports on. Okay, so let's look at the same property and one of the properties in Corona. Okay, so I wanted to find out about how many properties have sold around the listing that I have put in the market. So by simply clicking a button, it allows me to see what is going on. Notice that if I click on this report, create a report, it's going to give me different choices. Create a report. Page. Let me create a different property. Okay, so when you open a property, by the way, the difference on the list reports and this one is that if the property sold 2 years ago and it has, pictures and social media and stuff, it does bring it in this report. So you get a full report the way the last pictures were taken. So you get to see everything that the property had. Okay? And then, if you guys notice this, if you decided to write an offer on it only in the computer, can you click on that button and it links you directly with your SIP forms for you to start writing an offer. Okay? You need to just activate it. You need to tell it, okay, I want to link RPR with my SIP forms. And then once you do that, then you just click in there and it launches the SIP forms, and then you can start writing the offer. Only in the computer right now. It's not available in the app. Okay? You guys noticed from Martin, I don't know if you noticed that part. For if you have a fixer right there and you're looking for this property from an investor perspective, you can click in that button and you can adjust the numbers in there. Okay? I know that you have your own tools, but that's available in there for anybody who doesn't have them. Okay, this is, if you don't know how to use this, you just click on that button and it's going to tell you how to use the tool for that particular page that you're on. Okay, here is the other part I want to show you guys is how to create a report. When you click in it, it's going to give you all these options. What kind of report you want. Okay. Which report you usually utilize?
Usually I use the seller's report.
Okay.
I also use the mini property report.
So let's look at a sample.
Mm-hmm.
So before you actually print it, it gives you a sample of what that report will look like.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, do you use this tool?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so before you click the report and say activate this report, it tells you what the report looks like. So that is the seller report. Now let's look at a neighborhood report and see what the difference is. So you brand it first of all. It's completely branded to you with all your information, and it's, and you have, it's telling you all the information on the property.
So that report, you will give it to sellers or buyers?
Here is a great. What is the great school system around here in this area? The best.
ABC.
ABC. Okay, so if you list a property in the ABC school district, wouldn't you want to showcase the schools? So you click on there and in there you say, hey, new listing coming up in the ABC school district. Here's the school reports, and it gives you all the schools rating. Okay, so would you want to just send this? I would. There's actually a tool where you can post this in your social media. You can post it in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can post it in your website. If you are using your conversion website, you can actually take this tool, embed it in your conversion website, and put it in there. Okay. I think that's pretty much with this one. We can do a class in this one. I encourage, if you guys don't have your account set up, go into RPR from here, right here, click on there. It's going to take you out to the RPR portal, activate your account, and then you'll be able to utilize it. One of the things you're going to need is you're going to need your NAR number. I think it may ask you also for your license number, but your NAR activates it right away. Okay? Let's see. Realist. Who uses Realist?
Huh?
Once in a while.
Once in a while. Who uses Realist? Raise your hand like you mean it. Okay, if you're not using Realist, that is a huge tool you're missing out on too. Very automated, great marketing tool. If you're looking, if you want a quick snap on a property that you're going to put in the market and you want to know the value, this particular tool only gives you a CMA on properties that are basically that have sold. So you're not going to get active and pending and backups. Okay, you're just going to get this. This one actually you don't have to set up an account. It's automatically activated from the MLS. That's the only thing. The way I use it is basically, I actually just put an address in there. Let's put the address again, Martin, 1040 Hyatt Avenue in Wilmington. I searched it. Did I misspell it? See. Did I misspell it? Or what's going on? How come they didn't give me that? Oh, by the way, if you're searching, I have mine set up for 4 counties: LA, Orange, San Bernardino, and Riverside. Okay? If you want this set up literally for every county in California, you can find a property anywhere in California, but there is a button where you have to set up the county that you're looking the property on. Okay, just so you guys know. Okay, give me a different address than this. Oh, here it goes.
Because you just need the address and the street name. You don't need the city.
Say that again?
It's just the address and the street name.
That's it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You don't need the avenue.
No. Give me a different
Remove
address.
avenue?
Huh?
Was it remove the avenue?
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
Just the
816.
address and the name of the street and that's it.
40.
There you go. There you go.
That's it. That's all you need.
Right? No?
2141 Chelsea,
2141
Chelsea,
Chelsea Street.
Los Angeles.
You don't need.
Alright. Is that it? Okay, so I'm going to search that one. You fall asleep on me? I think it froze.
So you're.
Alright, so the property's on there. Now I'm gonna open the property, it's gonna give me a full profile on the property. Like RPR, the reason I like this one is because it gives me every single loan that has been on the property in the last, I think, 5 or 10 years.
On the realist, you went on the tax classic or the tax 2.0?
Okay, so that's a great question. So the 2.0 is the new version, okay, which has social media and all the other reports, and the other one is the old version. So it
Okay.
doesn't have any of this stuff, okay? The way I use it, very simply, I got a property in my screen, I click comparables, and basically the program is going to search 1 mile radius of comparables on that property. I got my comparables. So I got my CMA, if I look at the information and see if it matches, it gives me a summary of the high, low, and medium price on that particular property, okay? The way you use this one is basically you can save it, you can modify it, you can save it, or if you want to email it, I always use the quick report, okay? Always use the quick report. If you use the customized reports, that means you have to adjust the square footage, the bedrooms, bathrooms counts, and everything, okay? So if I wanted to launch this report, basically the program is going to create an actual report that I always save this report. While I'm at it, I'm going to teach you guys how I save this report. If I wanted, obviously give me the screen if I wanted to send it. So I have an email signature on Realist. My suggestion is you guys go into the MLS and set up your email signature because you guys are going to use these tools in the MLS. So set up your signatures so it automatically defaults when you send anything out. Okay? That's it. The other way that I can save it, I save the quick report, and what is going to load now is a PDF file of that report. So I don't have to print it, right? We talked about that. I don't have to print it. Now I can, do whatever I want with the report because now it's my report, now it's in my computer. Okay? All right. Let's see what else. Any questions about that before we move to the next one? I know I'm going in a rush. Just want to give you guys a snap of the different tools that I use that may be a benefit to you. Hopefully there it is. Questions?
What is the difference release tax classic or release tax 2.0?
So this one is the classic. This is the old one without a whole bunch of tools on it. It basically you put the address and it just gives you a snapshot of the property. The 2.0, you can literally do a whole bunch of stuff on it now. That one, the 2.0 came out last year. Okay? I encourage you guys to use that program. I always order a property profile and look at this program to see if it matches, because this is the sole properties in the area. So a lot of times, there is properties that I don't find in the property profile, but I do find them over here. Now I can take that address or that MLS and then merge it and create a report that really supports what I'm looking for. All right. By the way, when I was doing BPOs for the banks, this is a tool I use. This tool has made me a lot of money, and I'm going to teach you guys now the other tool that has made me a lot of money, which is in 2008. It was probably one of the lowest points of my real estate career because I wasn't selling that much real estate. Okay, there was no loans available. I don't know if you guys remember. There was just no financing available. So I started doing BPOs. I started doing BPOs for Broadway Federal Bank, a company in San Francisco. And back then I used to use a tool called Mercado. Anybody remember Mercado?
Yep.
Raise your hand. Mercado, okay. So Mercado made me a lot of money. Okay, while most companies were using a lot of different tools to create their BPOs, I was using strictly Mercado, which became CMA Cloud. That's the only reason I'm bringing it, is because this program has gone from very little, they put more tools, they put more tools, and they have created an amazing program available in your fingertips. Now, who uses CMA Cloud?
I used it before.
Okay, you should be using CMA Cloud because it is the most branded program in the whole MLS tools. It is branded to you because every report gives you hyperlinks to access into your information. Meaning, if you send somebody a report, your email and your website is a hyperlink where they can click on it and actually find you. Your social media is activated. If you upload your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile, and any of your social media profiles, they can actually click. Now, let's all be honest. Do we like to look on people's profiles in social media? Or am I the only one?
You're the only one. You're the only one.
I get tons of leads on conversion that they opt in with their Facebook profile. The ones that opt on profile and social media, again, the first thing I do, I look and see what they're about, if they're real. Because a lot of them, they give me fake emails and fake phone numbers.
Yeah.
But now I have their social media profile, so I send them a private message. And I say something to the effect of, hey, thank you for connecting to my website. Thank you for requesting the listing. Here's the information. How else can I help you? Okay? So, CMA, I don't know who I was doing a presentation the other day. So I had to do a presentation for the property, and my client is in Miami, and I have to do a listing presentation. By the way, it's the worst case, so I have to do the presentation for the husband and a presentation for the wife. Totally different places and not very amicable, right? But we're gonna make this happen. So I created this, and then I can present. I can click this button and it creates a presentation. A presentation the way I would do it in the house. So I'm presenting to you today. You guys are my sellers, and I'm saying this is the property that you want to buy, and this is me, my information, and this is where the comparables are on the property. The program automatically creates a presentation for you. I want you guys to realize how cool it is. How long will it take you to create a PowerPoint presentation? I don't know about you. It will take me a long time. And knowing myself, I spend a lot more time than I need to just because I want it to be looking a certain way. Well, this program automatically creates a presentation. It gives you what the sold listings are, step by step of all the comparative listing. Once you go through the listing, it will get to the pending listings. And basically you can create this program basically, and you can do it on your phone. I know a guy that does a presentation on his phone. He creates this, then he opens this program, and he has an Apple TV. He connects it into the client's television, and he does the presentation on his phone. Okay? So there's that presentation. You guys think you guys see yourselves using this presentation?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you are not using it that way, maybe you want to share this particular presentation. So let's say I want to share this listing in Facebook or Twitter and say, hey, I have a new listing coming up. These are the features. You can literally copy this link. See, they already embedded the links. So you can go ahead and post it. Do you guys realize how cool this is? If you guys don't realize how cool this is, wake up and get a cup of coffee. For the MLS to do this and put it in here, and for us to not use it is a crime.
Okay, can you repeat that again? I didn't grasp it.
Again, and two
Okay.
times, please.
All right. So we're gonna. So you created a report, right?
Right.
You put the information on this property. You put the client's name, and you're ready to what? It says view the report, present the report when you're ready, or email the report, or share it. So let's say, Martin, you went into a listing presentation, and then you called your team and you say, guys, I got a new listing. I just signed the contract. Here are the pictures uploaded. You're ready to go. I want you to share it in all my social media. Okay? So you guys are gonna go in there and you're gonna copy one of these links and put it in Facebook, Twitter, and then you're gonna dress it up and say, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet, 8,000 square foot lot in the city of Whittier, you know, in Michigan Park. You're gonna put all this information, and when they click on the link, they're gonna see the whole property, neighborhoods, statistics,
All the presentations,
comparables,
all, you know.
all the presentation in social media, because they think about it. If you were to send this information to a programmer and he has to do this for you, he's going to charge you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
When you copy the link in your social media, well, we always use Facebook. With a picture of the property or a map, whatever, it shows up just like
Everything
the one,
shows up.
just like the one we do with conversion.
Everything shows up.
Okay.
A great question. So a lot of times, and this is just technology in general, a lot of times when you copy a link and you post it somewhere else, the links get broken. So in the face of the screen, you don't get everything you want to see. So you want to actually copy again and paste it again. That has happened to me all the time. There's a new, before I forget, there's a new feature in conversion. You load a property and it gives you 6 pictures already ready to modify. We found out about, I think it actually gives you 10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, so if you guys are not using that tool,
They took it off and then it seems like they put it
so
back
if
again.
you want to tweet,
Yeah, I don't know how to tweet.
if you want to tweet that information,
Well, it's true,
you
I don't know.
simply click on that. Who's very famous for tweeting right now in the real estate, in the United States?
Oh, yeah.
So you think you might want to tweet something? I'm
That's
just
why
saying.
everybody's how to tweet.
Okay, guys, in here there is so many tools. You can actually brand a message here and say, hey, how much is your home worth? That is an amazing tool. And you can put it on Facebook rather than using conversion, but you can link them both. And the one over here is already branded to you. Use that tool. Okay, I got 15 minutes. I want to cover, let me close this. Who's using MLS Touch? One person that is an absolute fan. He actually got me into using it. It was a really cool tool. Here is a, so let's go in it. If you're not using MLS Touch, they are using, your clients are using an app, whether you like it or not. Okay? So might as well they use yours. As might as well be an app that is branded to you. Okay? So this app basically, and I made that mistake, you can send it to your client, say send it to you, Fanny, and then you accept it. But I have to accept you back. Okay? So I went in it with effort and I said, my app is not working. And then I had a list of people I hadn't accepted. I send it to them, and I needed to accept them back, so I can give them full access my app. Now, when they're searching and when they're saving properties or anything like that, guess who's notified? Guess who's notified?
Yeah.
And let's say they save 100 properties. Guess who can go in at my own convenience and look at what they're saving? Me. That app has become really cool. Thank you.
I have a question. When you have a client, and that one goes to Efren because he uses it a lot, would you use the Mediums Map app from Conversion, or would you use the MLS Touch?
I use the Millions map for the conversion clients, but once I integrate with them, I send them the MLS Touch. I say, look, this is a much easier, much nicer. This is direct from me, my own tools. This other one, it's also a website of ourselves, but this one you're gonna love this one better. And the reason I tell them, use the map. Click it on the map. It shows up all the properties. If anybody has it on their phone, look at them, and it's just for me. Was the other one you were mentioning? RPM.
RPR.
It's pretty much the same. The only thing I find out with that one is that every time you open it, it takes longer, and it gives you like a red circle only. And if you move the map, it doesn't. You have to circle again to get that. In the MLS Touch, you move the map, and it just keeps going, and you can modify the prices, bedroom. It's the same as the MLS. And I really like it. And even when I'm looking for properties in MLS, I look at it as a map, because that way I concentrate on what are my clients really, what's the areas they're looking into it. It seems to me it's easier for me to go in the map area than pictures or properties.
Another cool feature that I has, let's say you're looking for a property, and let's say you're showing a property, and there's a property that you run into that is not on the properties you were gonna show. You click on it, and it gives you that particular property. Okay, the RPR takes a little bit longer to load, so you want to be able to have a
The
lot.
thing that I noticed the difference between RPR and MLS Touch is kind of like more friendly user on the phone.
Which one?
Probably,
It is a lighter program, so it loads faster, as opposed to RPR that has attached to the tax records.
Right.
Okay, so my suggestion is activate RPR, go in here, activate your account, and start using it. Here is your apps for you to download it on, Android or.
How to activate that account?
How do you activate the account? You click in there.
Just.
That's it. Okay.
Well, you
Because
could.
I did before, but I didn't.
Or you can
You can download it from the.
Or download the app.
Download the app and then log
MLS
in from there.
Touch. Go into your app store, put MLS Touch, download the app, and it's gonna ask you your information. The first thing it's gonna ask you is your
Your credentials.
credentials as a realtor. Okay.
Don't forget to accept them. That's the big one there.
Yeah, that's another cool thing
Okay.
that you can track them and see how many properties they can see.
All right. Who's ever used announce my listing?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Who's ever gotten emails from agents saying, I got a new listing?
I get a lot
Okay.
of those.
You get a lot of those. This is a tool that is not utilized. It's been active for about 1.5 years, and there's another one. So there's Announce My Listings and Announce My News. They are both free as a member of the MLS. Okay? So it's the same thing. If you click on it, mine probably take me into the tool already, but basically you can announce any listing that you have. And by the way, it's my understanding that it also allows you to announce other listings. It's just a tool, but obviously,
Where's that one at?
announce my listings right here. So right here, look, Martin, in the options, you have MLS Solutions is the first two.
Okay.
So you got announce my listing. This is my discipline for a long time. Is this on Fridays? I work on my business. Okay. Monday through Thursday I work in my business. Friday I work on my business. On my business means that I dedicate time to activate a lot of these tools. So however you choose to do it, my suggestion is dedicate 4, 5, 6, 10, 8 hours to activate all these programs. Okay? So same thing with announce my news. So basically, this is actually based on a token. I think they charge like, I don't know, it's really cheap. If you want to announce a listing or you want to announce something, you get credits. You put like $10 and then, you know, that you have this amazing amount of tools that you can send out. Okay? You really don't have to use that one if you don't want to spend $10, but my suggestion is that at some point you do. Okay, next one, I want to talk to you guys. Who has ever used Infomarks? InfoSparks.
I did. Yeah. I did.
Who has ever used that? How do you use it?
Well, just to get that statistics.
Just to get a statistic.
Yeah.
Who's interested in this statistic? Who's the most statistical person we have in this office?
Valentin. No?
Oh, yeah.
I meant to say analytical.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think Michael, if I tell him he's going to use this
Yeah.
tool?
Yes.
Yeah, he's all about statistics and charts and all this kind of stuff. I got a client that says, hey, I'm buying a house in San Diego. What is the market like? So I was able to put the area in here and was able to give her a really nice report. By the way, if you are, last week in the last class we talked about farming. If you want to know what the numbers are in that particular farm, you can load the zip code in here, or an area, or street, or city, and it gives you everything that has happened in there, and you decide whether you bring it 12 months back, or 24 months back, or 3 months back. You decide how to run that information. And the great thing about that information is that when you create a report, it's still live. And what I mean by that is you can post it in social media as a live report for people to click on it and see the report in their city. Okay? Do you guys just get that?
So can we do a search in Lakewood?
Okay.
So where do you go?
So to do a search in there, so you're gonna click area. So
Added area?
so I've done some serious already. It's asked me actually, what MLS do I want to use? Do I want to use the entire MLS? How do I want to set it up?
And you could put property types, right?
Right. And you notice there's a section in here says that the first one, basically you can put 3 areas. If in one report you want to put Lakewood, Bellflower, and Norwalk, you can put all 3 cities in here. It's the same thing as if you want to put 3 zip codes. Okay, so it gives you 1, 2, and then here's the third one.
Size.
Okay? So you just notice, so the property types, I want to say single family residence. Notice how the report is changing. If I want to say attached garages, and let's say I want sellers.
So it changes as you go.
So it's telling you 3 bedrooms, number of bathrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 250, 399 to, those are the prices. So notice how everything is changed. So the report keeps getting, you decide how to run this report.
Okay, so as you go, then it starts rearranging the data.
Imagine that this is a live person and you ask them a question. Hey, how do I do this? And you put the information, they say, here's the data. Here's the data. Every change you make on it, it gives you the data.
Where I need to put the zip codes,
The what?
the zip codes of the cities, where I can put it.
So you can put it in here. So let's put
Oh,
Bellflower. Bellflower. Let's see. So I'm going to do the West. So now it's going to create numbers based on what I put in there for Bellflower.
So
So the first city I have information on based on each window that I change is on Bellflower. Now I'm going to add one more, okay? I'm going to add Lakewood.
So this report will be handy when you have a buyer that is looking at a specific city and said, okay, I would like to buy in this city. Okay, you want to buy in this city? These are the prices and these are the trends. So you could look, you could show them facts instead of telling them, oh, you don't qualify here. There's no way you can buy at this price. It's just showing data, right?
Yes, so now notice that one city is highlighted in blue and the other city is highlighted in red.
Yeah.
So now it's giving me graphics and stats on two particular cities. It's not a tool you're gonna use every day, but I can tell you, if you run into a client that is analytical, you better have some of this crap. You better somehow sit down for an hour and make the mistakes right now in learning this tool rather than figuring it out when you're in front of that client.
Yeah.
I
you're not gonna
strongly
blend
encourage you that. Ask me how I know that.
it. How do you know that?
Michael?
I screwed up before, okay?
I see what Michael.
So, I got a call from somebody and says, I got the statistics from the MLS. Can you as a realtor give me better ones so I can make a decision? Guess how fast I have to learn this program? Very fast. All right, we have about 3 minutes. What others? Okay, we have outside area.
I have a question. So, I know you went pretty fast on this one. So, can in the future do some presentation in this one specific one?
So that was the idea.
Okay.
That was the idea, is for me to give you specific information on the programs that are available to you, but not teach you all the programs. It's not what this class is about. One of the things we're working with Maricela is to get an MLS person to come here. It will be somebody from the Rancho board, and they're going to be talking about these classes specifically. But if they do not, because our schedules conflict, then I will teach you what I know on these tools. However, if you know a tool that you would like to teach, get yourself over here and teach that tool. Seriously, okay? Marcela, you have something to add?
I think the first one's gonna be on the second week of September.
Okay, so the first class, is that the first time that the MLS person is available?
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea is that once we get the MLS person in here, that we schedule him on all the classes that they teach, because they're the ones that build these tools. So we obviously want to be able to work with them. Okay? Let's see. What else can I teach you guys? I have 2 minutes. Questions from you guys.
Showing time.
Showing time.
Ah,
Oh, that's nice.
I do not use it.
That is awesome.
Somebody show it. I don't use it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You use it?
You guys
Sonia, you use it?
need to.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Oh, man.
Okay, good. You got me. I don't use that. You're gonna talk about it.
We're using that. It's the best tool we've ever got
Out there.
since the MLS. 'Cause we used to call the agents. The agents maybe not answer, leave them a message, and you wait. Now it came back with don't call agent, text agent. So you start calling texting and you don't get the text. But now Showtime, it's the amazing thing. You click at the property, you know, you send a list to your clients and you said, show me which ones you want to see. He says, I want to see the number 8, number 5, number 6. Okay, what time? I want to start at 5. So you set up your appointments. Normally what I do the map and I see where they're at. So I start with number 1, number 2. I always like to end it like either close to my house or close to my office, either way. And you set up the appointments, 15, 20 minutes, the most 15 minutes on a property. You don't spend more than that time, unless you take coffee and donuts and just shoot them there. But that is the best tool you could ever use to set up appointments, to take your clients there. And it's, you get a text, you can choose to get a text, an email, or a phone call. I choose to get all 3 of them. Just 2 people. And there's an operator calling you to say, just confirming you're showing, you're good to go. And an email, same thing. And text, same thing. So you're good on that.
It's like having an assistant doing all the work for you, and then if it doesn't happen in the 4 hours, you get a response like, okay, what other windows do you want this appointment? It's just amazing tool.
So it calls the client and said,
It calls the
The
listing
agent.
agent.
The listing
And yeah, whatever information they got, that's who they're gonna get in touch with.
And then after you show it, you have to give, well, it's nice if you give them feedback.
Yeah, feedback.
So it is nice.
Which is a give and take, right, for both, yeah. That's awesome.
I'm going to talk to you about one tool that you guys will be using, and then we're going to end the meeting. The one, okay, so who's ever gotten a client that says, I want to buy a brand new house? Okay, do you guys know that we have a tool where we can see every home being built in Southern California? Here you go. New Home Source. New Home Source is a tool in the MLS that gives us access to every development in Southern California. Check me out. Come on, it's probably loading somewhere. Let me take us on this. So here you go. You click on your new source, and this is an app as well. So activate your accounts. This is part of the MLS Touch, by the way. So when you activate the account in here, you can literally go and say, hey, are you cooperating with brokers if I bring you a buyer? The best and easiest transactions I've ever done with KV Homes are brand new homes. Okay? Do you guys think that developers are cooperating right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends, yeah.
The majority of them are. Especially what? If you bring them a ready, willing, and able. Okay, so get them on the list. This is basically, I encourage you guys to go through this. I'm gonna close on with this. Please activate this account. There is money to be made in this. We do all take it, especially myself, for granted that a lot of new developments that we are not gonna take clients there. They are cooperating, so activate this account, and I might as well, Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you guys on Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Thank you.